Hello, welcome to my world where all is well. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that create the things. Today is Saturday, January the 28th, 2023. It is currently 2:23 hours, 2:23 p.m. I'm a former officer who's been diagnosed with PTSD, social anxiety, and depression. Making these videos is very therapeutic for me, and I hope that it is a blessing to you. So today I woke up and I prayed for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Then I read Proverbs 28 and 25, where you will find these words. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife, but he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Proverbs 28 and 25. He that is of a proud heart stirreth up strife. So that's who the people are that's been causing all of these drama. They got a proud heart. So I figured them out. They have a proud heart, a prideful spirit, and that's why they're stirring up strife. But the main part I got is, he that putteth his trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Now it says he throughout the entire Bible because the Bible is very makes of chivalrous. I don't know what you call it, but back in the day, women were property. So everything is he. But she that putteth her trust in the Lord shall be made fat. Now, according to my appearance, I have put my trust in the Lord. But my fat is prosperity. Prosperity. And when I lose this unhealthy fat and I gain healthy muscle, my muscles can be prosperity. I'll show you. You can't see my muscles yet, but I'm working on it. I'll show it again when I get some definition. Okay, it's also 46 degrees. I forgot to tell you the word. 46 degrees, mostly cloudy at my location. I want to start off by saying happy birthday to my Uncle Michael. Happy birthday, Uncle Mike. I hope you have a wonderful day today. I wish you well in every area of your life. I want to say I love you to my Auntie Nisa and to the whole family. I love you all. Wish you all the best. I also want to say happy birthday to a friend of mine, Imani. Happy birthday, Imani. So, hope you have a wonderful day today and do what you want to do at your heart's desire. Okay? Tyre Nichols. I don't believe that Tyre Nichols deserved anything that happened to him. I did not watch the complete video. It's not good for me. I have PTSD. A close doctor friend of mine sent me something I want to share with you all. What this therapist sent to me. Okay, research shows that black folks suffer PTSD from watching videos of blacks being killed by police. It's a phenomenon called linked fate, where we see ourselves and loved ones in the place of the victim. Be careful watching the Tyre Nichols murder video. Protect your mind. I chose to protect my mind. The part I did see was when he was calling his mama. It reminded me of George Floyd. He was calling his mama. That has to be a devastating feeling. I'm a parent of 3 kids. I don't feel devastated knowing one of my kids is calling their mama and I'm not capable of coming to their assistance. I don't recall ever calling my mom and she's not being there for me. That's a heartfelt feeling. I know they say protest peacefully, and I'm also going to say protest peacefully. We should not riot. We should not tear up our own stuff. But they telling us not to be violent. I'm gonna also say, hey, don't be violent. But my thing is, you should have told the police not to be violent. They started the violence. So if violence happened to occur, then it's the people folks who started it. That's how I see it. But protest peacefully, please. Don't tear up our stuff. I believe it's ungodly. I don't have a scripture that I can recall to back it up, but I don't think it's a good idea to go up there and destroy other people's property. If you want to destroy your own property, go for it. I don't think you should do that either, but that's between you and God. I wish you the best. But no Jesus, no peace. No Jesus, no peace. N-O Jesus, N-O peace. K-N-O-W Jesus, K-N-O-W peace. Tyre Nichols. I don't believe there's anything I can say that will make this situation better. But I can and will try my best to remember him in my thoughts and prayers. I've also included a link to his family's GoFundMe account. If you would like to support them financially, please do so. Tyre Nichols. The man just wanted to skate and look at sunsets. Just wanted to skate into a sunset. He loved taking pictures of the sunset. I finished chapter 12 in Unprotected by Billy Porter, and I discovered that he was on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. So I went on to the YouTubes and I put in Billy Porter, Tonight Show, Jay Leno. And guess what I saw? I saw Billy Porter on the Tonight Show with Jay Leno. I'm also going to put a link of that in the description. It is awesome. Trust me, you want to see it. He really performed. He outdid it. I watched it like 2 or 3 times. I can't remember how many times, but I watched it over and over. A lot of times I have to read stuff. That's why it's taking me so long to read this. I have to read stuff and look at stuff over and over again in order for it to bypass all this medicine they put me on to numb me. But they say they ain't what they trying to do. But they are not in alignment with the will of God. I keep telling my doctors and therapists this, and they're not in agreement with me. I don't know if they think I'm crazy or not, but they're not in alignment with the word of God. I just want to make sure that they know that every time I go to my doctor's appointment. Like, this does not line up with God. God says I'm prosperous in every area of my life, and I'm healthy, wealthy, and strong. And the doctors that I have are not in agreement, in my opinion, with that. But that's between them and God. They have to answer to God for all of this medicine, and I have to remain compliant because I'm on disability right now. So I'm remaining compliant until I can get to a vocational rehab program or something. They were saying, I have to talk to my attorney, but something they were saying about vocational rehab, where the federal government pays employers to hire people with mental illnesses. So we'll see how that goes. But he was on the Night Show with Jay Leno. It was a great video. I saw it on YouTube. I'm gonna include the link in my description so you all can see it. You're gonna enjoy it, I promise you. He did a whole performance. It was awesome. I didn't like the outfits, but I don't know what year this was. I didn't even look to see. Can't remember if it was in the book. I might have bypassed it. But also in chapter 12, he left a couple of quotes that I wrote down in my journal I want to share with you. There is a lesson in every triumph and in every disappointment. There is a lesson in every triumph and in every disappointment. I got 2 chins. My plan is to get rid of one of them so I can just have 1 chin. Yeah. So there's a lesson in every triumph and in every disappointment. And I found those words to be so profound and true. It is. Even when you win, it's a lesson in your winning. Even if it's to teach somebody else how to win. And in every disappointment, I'm sorry for yawning, that's that medicine. It's a lesson in that too. So you won't be disappointed again. So learn from it. And the second quote he wrote in chapter 12, Billy Porter, Unprotected, you are the only one who's going to be able to hold yourself to a higher standard because no one else will ever know the difference. That's true. Hold yourself to a higher standard. No one else will ever know the difference. Just hold yourself to a higher standard. You'll always be able to outshine everybody else. And they ain't gonna know if it's because you held yourself to a higher standard, or because you just naturally gifted, or you just anointed. I apologize. food journal today. I had a thin crust pizza with mushroom and pineapples, and I drank some water. I got 2 vegan burgers with no bread on the stove, and I'm gonna have for dinner. For my physical activity, I did 3 reps of 10 pounds. So that's what I did. I'm so grateful for my mom. She did my taxes. My mom's been doing my taxes since I was 14, from when I can recall. I'm 43 now. Yeah. So she been doing my taxes since I was 14. So she done been doing my over 20 years. It's about time for her to retire, ain't it? But no, I like keeping her doing it because it keeps her brain working and active, and so she gonna do it every year. And I appreciate my brother Jeremy because I got a new microphone, but I can't figure out how to get it to work. So that's his assignment. So that's what he's doing. He's working on my microphone to get it to work for me. And I got a pop filter on it too, so you won't have to keep hearing me smack when I say my words. My friend Kiki is selling Valentine's Day treats. So if y'all want some Valentine's Day treats, contact my friend Kiki. You can do it by email or go to my Facebook page, or I'll try to find a link from her and put it in the description as well. And I also have a friend named David. I'm gonna take my medication. I'm gonna take my medication. Get you a prescription, okay? Get you a prescription. He's a single white male with a cat, but he's looking for somewhere else to stay. He's in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So if you happen to have a pad split or a room or something like that, he's looking for somewhere to stay. David, single white male with a cat. Tyree Nichols. I wrote down that black cops, they need to be tested to make sure they don't hate themselves. To beat up on someone that looks like you, I have questions. True story, let me tell you a true story. When I used to play cops and robbers, I was doing traffic one day. One of my least favorite things to do, but I was doing traffic for whatever reason. This vehicle clearly passed by me, and the driver had no seatbelts on. I could clearly see there was no seatbelt. So I pulled them over and did a traffic stop. The driver was he looked like a young black male to me. And no matter who was in the driver's seat, I tried my best to show all respect. I would say sir or ma'am, or if I couldn't figure it out if it was sir or ma'am, I would just say, hey, I'm Sergeant Frieda with this such and such police department, and the reason why I pulled you over is because of this. And how would you like to be referred after? If I get their ID and still can't figure that out, what's going on? Because I've seen some IDs where they've scratched out the F and the M. I believe that's coming in the Atlanta, Georgia area. So I say, hey, how would you like to be addressed? And just move along with that. It doesn't matter to me what their appearance is. Like I said, the other video, if they have a full beard and they want me to call them ma'am, no issue, ma'am. True story though. I pulled this black dude over. He wasn't wearing a seatbelt. I wrote him a ticket, citation for not wearing a seatbelt. The next day, my supervisor called me in the office and told me I got a write-up. Now, I was just shocked because I am the perfect officer. Matter of fact, I was officer of the year. I was like, how in the world could somebody do a write-up on me? On me, master? You talking about me? It's like, yeah. I said, okay, cool. So he told me when he said that the young black man that I pulled over wrote a complaint and said the only reason I pulled him over because he was black. Now my supervisor I think he's retired at this time. He was an older white male, so I think he's retired now. When he said it, I literally thought he was joking. So I literally started laughing. I said, what? But he wasn't laughing at all. He's like, no, I'm serious. We have to take this serious because he's accusing one of our officers of discrimination. I said, what? He said, yes. He said, you pulled him only because he was black. I said, okay. And so he asked me if I had an issue with black people. I said, no, sir. No, sir. No, sir. He said, are you prejudiced against black people? No, sir. Are you racist against black people? No, sir. Do you only pull over black people because they're black? No, sir. I can't remember all the questions I asked, but they did a whole investigation to see if I was pulling over people just because they was black. Of course, it was unfounded or whatever you call it. True story. True story. I don't know if my retired supervisor will ever see this, but if so, he's more than welcome to comment to verify it. True story. I think that was the first write-up I ever got. I can't remember what the second one. How many write-ups I've ever had? Like 2? I think I had 2 or 3. No, just 2. Cause I only had that one and one more. Because I allowed one of my officers to chase a stolen vehicle. And I found that right up odd because every other officer and every other supervisor, I wasn't able to find out. They was chasing stolen vehicles and none of them that I talked to ever getting written up for allowing the officer to chase a stolen vehicle. So, but enough about that. I'm grateful. I'm grateful to the entire police department. I don't want it to be the focus to be because I'm grateful for all of them, for real. None of us are perfect, so I'm not here to complain about that. But yeah, true story. So I don't know, but 5 black cops have been arrested and charged. I think for murder, for whatever they did to Tyre Nichols. I heard they tased him and pepper sprayed him and kicked them or punched them. All I heard was I just heard him saying "mama," and that broke my heart. So I knew that if that part right there, I just knew that I would not be able to function in all of my being by dealing with the rest. So, I don't want to show back up at where I was. I'm getting better, so I want to stay in that place. But maybe some black cops need to be tested to make sure they don't. Hey, but I found it interesting that, I think Ben Crump said something about this. I think I saw that on the news, but I was thinking this before I heard him say it, so I'm glad that he said it. I'm not going to take credit for it because I was thinking it because he said it first, but he was saying that it's interesting how within 20 days, the video is going to be released, charges was made, and he was saying how other cases where unarmed black people were what can you say on YouTube, were killed, I think you can say that word, or murdered, that the perpetrators, when they were white cops, it would take years to get an investigation or an indictment done, and sometimes no indictment at all. I'm like, yeah, I found that interesting as well. So now that we see it can be done within 20 days, from here on out, I hope we don't ever get another situation where an unarmed person is killed by law enforcement. I pray that never happens again. But if it does, then I pray that within 20 days or less, we all get some answers. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. Thank you so much. I learned something too. Muting people is self-care. It really is. Just put them on mute on your social media page. If they're doing or saying something you don't like, or that's disturbing to you, just put them on mute. The mute button is such a blessing. It's such a God created the mute button to help you mentally. It is such a blessing. Use it. Yes. Today is also Monifa's birthday. Happy birthday, Monifa. I wish you the best in every area of your life. I pray all is well and that you and your wife will be able to celebrate you. And your daughter also will be able to celebrate you and do whatever you would like to do today. You know what? Magic and Bird. I was reading something. No, I was listening to a podcast. Yes. But Magic and Bird were arch enemies. They're both great basketball players, Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Well, were, and of course, it's 2023 now. This was like back in 1979, Magic and Bird would go against each other on the basketball court field. In 1991, though, Magic had to retire, or he chose to retire from playing basketball because he contacted this, he was diagnosed with this illness. So in 1991, he stopped playing. Bird no longer had the courage or the will or the motivation to continue playing because his arch enemy had retired. He used his enemy to motivate him to become the greatest. That's what Bird did. He used his enemy to motivate him to become one of the greatest basketball players ever. And when Magic, during his retirement speech, he said thank you to Bird. He said, Bird, I want to say thank you for motivating me to be one of the best basketball players ever. Isn't that something? Now, there was arch enemy rivals that hated each other on the basketball court. But they were both the best. They were both good at during their time. Like this before Michael Jordan. But during their time, they was the best. The best at it. And they used their enemies to motivate them and give them strength to be the best. Use your enemy as your footstool. Whoever is out there hating on you or anything, use that motivation for you to be the best. Reminds me of Jill Scott's song. I can't think of it. Hi, hater. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Jill Scott, hater. Good night. But Magic, I thought that story was so cool that Bird no longer even wanted to play because the best player to him in the NBA had just retired. So he was like, I have no competition. I have no reason to play. And then when Magic Bird, in his retirement speech, told his arch enemy, Bird, thank you. You the one who motivated me to be the best. And I just found so much value in that. I'm glad I listened to it. And, use your enemy to help you to be the best. Let's do that. I also watched 48 Hours, season 36, episode 12. It's about the Idaho student murders. The Idaho student murders. Guess what? Now the suspect was studying to be a doctor in criminology. Ain't that something? And when Ted Bundy studying to be an attorney, ain't that something? Ain't that something? And the people that killed Nyree Nichols were police officers. Now ain't that something? They say police officers are the biggest gang in America. That's what I've heard. That's what they say. And I guess this particular suspect in Idaho, I guess he wanted to commit a crime to see if he can get by with it for whatever reason, to prove that he's great at crimes. Apparently, he realized he's not. And now he's in an orange jumpsuit. Bless his heart. That's the students' hearts that he killed. Their families and friends and loved ones. It's a tragic situation. I want to say happy 100th birthday to Frank Capozzi. Frank Capozzi lives in Canton, Georgia, just up the street from me, about a good 20 minutes up the street from me. He's turned 100 years old today. I think that's beautiful. So happy birthday. I don't know you, but I still wish you a happy birthday. And I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's the best one of the best birthdays you've had. And guess whose birthday today is? It's Big Frida's birthday. Happy birthday, Big Frida. She is a rapper, a musical artist from New Orleans, Louisiana. I think she had her own reality show at one time. So happy birthday, Big Frida. Please like, please share, please subscribe, please turn on that notification bell. Thank you so much. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. I also listen to another podcast called Av Unfiltered. It's Averton Gray's podcast. Averton Gray is Pastor John Gray's wife. But on her podcast today, she had Dr. Jamila T. Davis, and they was talking about manifestation through faith. It was a great podcast. Dr. Jamila T. Davis did some time in jail for bank fraud. She's out now, and has completely turned her life around, and she did it by manifestation. And I think that's wonderful. Do you believe in manifestation? One of my mentors, Cynthia Stafford, manifested her lottery win. I can't remember how much she won, but it was a couple of $100 million that she won. So I believe in manifestation. Yeah, I do. I practice it. I also listened to a nice new song today called I Will Rejoice. Listen to it, you would love it. It's called I Will Rejoice by Isabel Davis. Isabel Davis, I Will Rejoice. You will love it. And my affirmation for today is, it's just a shadow. It's just a shadow. That's all it is. A shadow cannot hurt you. When you see something you don't want coming your way, just remember it's just a shadow. It can't help you. Just focus on the sun. The S-U-N and the S-O-N. Focus on the sun, because it will change position to make sure that shadow does nothing to hurt you. Listen closely now. I want to share something with you. Okay? That if thou shalt confess with thy mouth the Lord Jesus, and shalt believe in thine heart that God hath raised him from the dead, thou shalt be saved. Romans 10:9. Keep that in mind. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever I am, God is. Wherever you are, God is. Thank you, God, in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within. And so it is. Until we meet again. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. I thank God for you. I love you.